We're here to comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. Because that's even we're comfortable within our own belief systems, within our own ways. Even though we might be depressed, we're comfortable in our depression, even in our abusive relationships, which many times we create, we attract ourselves. Because we have become those abusers of the past. That's all we see, and that's what we compare everything to. And that's why when what happened between Casey and myself, when I got upset and said something that I feel like hitting her, it triggered something. It was like you overstepped the line right there. She already made up her mind. And that's like, wow, people are like this, that's okay, but love cannot really be there. There cannot really be love. Because it's all about, again, being rubbed the right way, or if you rub the wrong way, the dragon comes out, that tiger comes out, that monster comes out and then wants to destroy the other person they previously loved and said, I love you. That's what she said. She said, never be lonely. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here for you, right? Like I'm the one, where have you been? And totally adored and loved me. And then really what happened and how she turned. So as I really look at this and I wonder who's who and what is what. Who is she really? That part in her. Because that's the thing about those two elements within all of us, that struggle takes place between the love and the fear, the darkness and the light. To really fully receiving and giving love and being in the light and being open to experience, or being filled by darkness and fear and contempt for others. Disdain, I said that actually about her one time. She carries that, a certain degree of disdain towards people, and which is reflected in her lifestyle, the Goss lifestyle, somehow. And then she always said, you know nothing about that, Christoph, and you just whatever. Like I don't need to, I know what I know and that's it. It's just like that's her thing and her way of living and her music and all of that. And life brought us together and we met each other. But so really what's been missing really is really there, the communication, which is a matter of learning. I learn you and about your music and everything. Instead of like many times when I talked or I played my music and I was dancing, which she doesn't like to do. But she just tolerates me and what I'm doing there. And that's not really enough. There cannot really be, the real love, which is a matter of, learning. If that's not part of the equation, if I only love you and we just hang out and, we tolerate each other somehow. And of course we adore each other, which is nice, but that's not really, if that's all there is, there will be problems. Because if people don't learn each other, they grow apart. Very, very simple. Very, very simple, But this is about me. That's what it is. And this experience points me to that. And now also living with my son, it really shows me that again, reminds me of what I need to do, what I haven't done, which is why I've attracted in relationships that was, in a way, doomed from the beginning, because it was unstable. Because we were not only very, very different, which he always said, Casey always said that, even though I never thought this to be a problem, rather an opportunity to get to know each other from totally different worlds, with a different awareness. Wow. But there's this resistance on her part, because there's just like she wants to be the way she is, and that's all she knows, and that's what she does, and that's just how it is in general with those people. And for me, the whole point is just like to grow and to learn together, and to really come together in love, to really show each other that, by really being able to fully present with one another, really giving each other attention to learn, but just really be loving to one another. Instead of being possessive and controlling, and then sometimes irrational and just intellectualizing things, which she has really a tendency of doing that. Just going on and on and on about things. It's like, I feel like, it's really what a mirror she is, come to think of it. Like when I'm with her, and sometimes when I talk to her, I feel like I'm in class. The subject, somehow. Life sciences, how through our experiences we create, and through this our own personality develops or evolves, our psychology, our subconscious, and our conscious, which is again the question right there for you. What are you conscious of at this very moment in life? What are you aware of? What do you know? That's where it begins. Everything changes. Everything always changes. We know that this is a constant in life. But the question is really, and that's worth thinking about, it's very important to think about that. What are the forces which direct this process? Change. And not only what are the forces which direct the process, how can we direct the process? How can we become the change we want to see? What is that change we want to see first of all? And then what needs to happen in order to create that change? Where does it begin? It seems like everybody does want change. People want change. We want change from our government, from our parents, from our partners. We want everything to be better from our job. We look for things. But we don't want to change ourselves. You know, we seem to have built up this resistance. And I see that a lot with women, the few relationships I had. The resistance of change, of feeling like, oh, he's trying to change me. Don't try to change me. Then being resistant against that, or fighting against that, rejecting that, building up these walls, right? Which again, naturally, that's the thing of the essence. People change with each other. It's not like I change you because I want you to be different. I need you to be different from me. It's a natural process. When there's love involved, when there's a sense of commitment involved, I mean, in any kind of relationship, especially when things get difficult, to not just run away and reject it and argue with the other person, because that completely keeps you from understanding your part in this. Because that's what it's all about. That's where the change begins, from within yourself. You cannot change anybody else. But if you keep on arguing, you cannot see that. If you keep rejecting that, if you keep fighting that, or especially when things get difficult in life and people give you a hard time and problems in relationships, you know, to always, well, it takes a lesson, you know, see that it's a good, whatever had to happen, and learn from that. So it's really about either you learn or you don't. That's really the thing. Either you learn or you don't. It's up to you. It's all up to you. What you take from the experience. Again, always remember that you attract your relationships. We attract our own relationships. The people who come into our life, they're just a mirror of ourselves. They're just basically another me. And a teacher. And a student just like yourself. But the thing is, we are not here to teach each other and and just give each other advice and tell each other what we think the other person should be doing or is missing. And just in staying stuck within ourselves. Because relationships are about, well, relating, through which we learn, through which we change. Not rejecting the lessons because it makes you feel uncomfortable. And just going through life and just struggling to feed yourself. That's how we can become the change, because we're just stuck in our comfort zone and we're having our jobs, we're having our income, we're having where we live and our friends, and we're just comfortable. We do what we do. And we vote, like everybody, we say that's our freedom. Even the freedom to bear arms to protect ourselves from those who want us harm. I've come to find it's all part of the old consciousness. It's all part of the old consciousness. You know, because there is no other. The enemy is not outside.